This show is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Welcome, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the Naseema Omer Show on this lovely weekend here in our sunny Minnesota. I'm very excited to bring to you a special guest speaker today that I'm going to interview. I met Anthony Corey back in Austin, Texas, a few years ago. Hi, Anthony.
Oh, hi, Naseema.
How's the weather there in Austin, Texas?
Oh, it's nice. It's like in the 80s. I mean, another month is going to be in the hundreds, so we're enjoying this.
I love Austin. Austin, Texas has a very special place in me as far as visiting to travel. Very special. Let me tell the audience a little about the show. You can catch the show live, as you know, 1 to 2 Central Standard Time. But if you missed any portion or would like to listen to the entire show at your own time, you may do so by going to NaseemaOmer.com. You can enjoy listening to the archival podcast by going to NaseemaOmer.com. Please share the file with your family and friends and continue listening to the show. Welcome back, Anthony. Before I bring you on, I just want to let the audience know as well where I met you. And I actually met you back in Austin, Texas at a bookstore called Braveheart Book Store in Austin, Texas. And we were listening to pharmacist Ben Fuchs' lecture when he was in town giving his awesome nutritional talk. Gosh, time flies, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. We always look forward to you coming to Austin. You're probably, you and Ben are the most popular speakers that come.
Oh, thank you. Anthony, tell me a little more of your background. You have a master's in electrical engineering and also have been involved in the real estate investments for a long, long time. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Well, I stay pretty busy with my business and taking care of my real estate buildings, and I enjoy going out dancing, and between the two, it keeps me pretty busy.
I'll say. Yes, very, very busy, actually. And our topic, one of the main topics of today's interview is food magnets. Yeah, you're probably asking, what is food magnets? Wow, we're going to just dive into it and get to that. But Anthony, just before we went on air, we were just talking about allergies and allergy seasons. And can you tell us a little about your journey? What led you to the food magnets?
Well, I become a fanatic listening to Ben. I mean, he's just so interesting, and so I began thinking more and more about things he said, and he's always talking about food allergies, and I had a couple food allergies, and I would write them down on a piece of paper, the food I would eat, to make a diary, and like that, and I started thinking, this would be a nice thing to just do daily, just to kind of see what I'm eating. And so I started doing it, and I started writing daily on a piece of paper what I ate. And it was kind of laborious and wasn't that much fun, and I got tired of doing it. Mm-hmm. To connect food with how you feel, mm-hmm. and to see if you had problems with certain foods or if you felt better eating other kind of foods. And I came up with this idea of these little magnets you write the food on, and you put them on a metal board or one of those magnetic boards, and so it's quicker because you just take the food, and if you eat it, you have like columns for the days, and when you eat a food in that day, you just put it up under there, and so you keep track of it like that.
Yes, I agree. By Ben, that's pharmacist Ben Fuchs. He has his own talk show here on our Genesis Communication Network called The Bright Side. He airs daily, Monday through Friday, weekdays in Central Standard Time, and you can find information on his show by going to gcnlive.com as well, or to thebrightsideben.com. Ben talks extensively about nutrition, and he particularly places great emphasis on what Anthony's explained as a food diary and keeping food logs. And I'm with you, Anthony. If I had to write everything down or keep track of everything I ate in a day, I am terrible at keeping those food logs and food diaries because it's so easy to forget noting something or the other throughout the day, especially if you're on the run or you're traveling or you're working, etc., etc. And I couldn't agree with you more. Allergy seasons, most prominent being pollen in the air during springtime, fall time. But, there are so many allergens that are airborne that are there throughout the year. But food, as you said, food allergies are one of the things that we can very easily take a note of and avoid the things that cause problems to us and enjoy the things that make us feel better and give us more energy. So, Anthony, just to back up a little bit, when you were having your allergies, you kind of had an inkling that maybe it was food related because it came about at different seasons, or what prompted you more to pay attention to the foods?
Well, I have a couple food allergies, and it started out, I had a little redness on my arm, and I went to a skin specialist, and he was absolutely useless. He gave me a cortisone cream to rub on it, and I mean, he was a specialist, and that's all he could do. And so I kept. It would help a little bit, and then it would come back, and then I started applying Ben's idea of keeping a food diary, and I finally found out I had an allergy to peanut butter.
Oh my! That's not uncommon, actually. Peanut oil, peanut butter, peanut anything, and it's all over. Did you find that it's hidden in so many things?
Well, I would get up in the morning, have a little coffee, and make a little peanut butter on the bread, and honey, and but it was amazing. The doctor never even said anything about a food allergy, but Ben, I mean, he was right on the money about it. So I started keeping the food allergy, and then I'd quit, and then I had another allergy, and so I started it up again, and then I started seeing patterns in how I would eat, and when I started, then I went to the magnetic thing. The paper, when I'd write it on paper, it was kind of tedious, and I don't know, I would do it, but I wouldn't like to do it. I couldn't see the patterns as good and whatnot. And then I had this idea of using these magnetic things, and it was quicker, and I actually do it on the side of my fridge. And so it's real quick,
Yeah, and I want to let the audience know that when I put together the video file on my YouTube channel called the Naseema Omer Show, you will actually be able to see pictures and examples of Anthony's food magnets on his refrigerator. And I will also put a picture of the template he has created to cut into, are they 2 inches by 3.5 inches of paper, or you can kind of make the measurements your own, right, Anthony?
Yes, you buy these. It's actually magnetic business cards, and you get them on Amazon, like $10 for 100. Mm-hmm. And you peel off the sticky back on them, and then you cut out the 2 by 3.5 inch piece of paper, and you cut them out, and then you put it on the back of the magnetic card holder, and then you cut it into, like, I like to cut it into 7 little pieces, mm-hmm. and then these little magnetic pieces you can write on. Mm-hmm. You write, like whatever you want to, like eggs or chicken or whatever kind of food you eat, and then you just put them on under the day. If you eat them, you put them under that day.
Okay. So, Anthony, that's a brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. Because if you make a mistake, you can just move the magnet.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a brilliant idea. And thanks for sharing on where to find that. Now, you mentioned the board that people can also just shop for that and use that. So if you don't want to put it on your refrigerator, you can have a magnetic board of some sort, or on your filing cabinet, or in your office if that's where you spend most time with. And do you take pictures of that to keep track on a weekly basis to see the pattern, or how do you keep a record of or a history of that?
Well, I have room on my fridge for 5 days, and I find that works pretty good, because you kind of forget about it when it's more than that mm-hmm. back.
Yeah.
So that enables me to see a pattern. So I just go from one day to the next, and then I start over again and take the ones down, and then put another day. Just kind of rotate them.
I see. And then typically, in your case, because we as humans are alike, but then also we differ in many ways. So when we come back, maybe you can share with us, how quickly does an allergy surface up on your skin, for example, after eating a food that's not good. Thank you. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
Suffering from illness or disease?
Frequently in pain?
Overstressed?
Always tired?
The solution is to oxygenate your cells, because
disease cannot survive in an oxygen-rich environment.
Introducing Vital Ion, the first mineralized edible oxygen in the world. Go to toolsforfreedom.com and get the Miracle of Oxygenation DVD free with any Vital Ion purchase. Call 800-770-8802. That's 800-770-8802. Let Vital Ion edible oxygen be your daily fountain of youth.
Dangerous blood clot device alert. If you or a loved one had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to your heart or lungs and suffered an injury, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, and even death. These dangerous blood clot devices can break, and the metal fragments can travel to your heart or lungs, causing serious injuries. If you or a loved one suffered organ damage or other injuries from an IVC filter, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Act now. Time is limited to file a claim. For a free consultation and free information, call Injury Help Desk at 800-478-1507. 800-478-1507. 800-478-1507. This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson. InjuryHelpDesk.com is responsible for this advertisement. Principal office, Las Vegas, Nevada.
This is an alert. If your business or church is building this year, you're about to pay more than you should. This could mean thousands of dollars more for your office, retail space, church, or warehouse. A General Steel building can save you as much as half the cost and time of similar conventional construction. And we're offering rebates of up to $20,000 to help you build today. Call General Steel for free information that could save you thousands. Call 866-91-STEEL.
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 Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Hi, this is Ron Paul. I'm a former 22-year congressman and Republican presidential candidate. I'm here to tell you about something that just might save your lives. You never know when there will be another Katrina, an economic collapse, or a serious drought. We should all have a little food storage that will carry us through tough times. I'm going to tell you about a great way to do that. A U.S. company named Harvest Right has a kitchen appliance that can help you be prepared. It's a home freeze dryer. With the product, you can preserve the foods your family loves. And the best part is the food will last 25 years and still taste great. I've tried it, and it's amazing. With a home freeze dryer from Harvest Right, you can literally freeze dry anything you eat, even things like ice cream. To learn more, call Harvest Right today at 800-594-4635 or go to harvestright.com. That's 800-594-4635 or harvestright.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX or my website, danpilla.com.
For tuning into the Naseema Omer Show on Genesis Communication Network. You can enjoy live shows and archive shows and podcasts by going to NaseemaOmer.com or to GCNlive.com and find the Naseema Omer Show from the show list. There are several listening options available to you as well. If you have questions after the show, please call me at 877-279-9422. I'm always looking forward to listening to your feedback or any questions you may have. So please do that or drop me a line by contacting me through my website, NaseemaOmer.com. Today we're talking about food magnets, a brilliant, brilliant idea that Anthony Corey came up with in logging and registering food items instead of journaling in a notebook all the foods you eat on a daily basis to identify patterns that identify foods that agree with the person and disagree with the person. Anthony, just before we went to break, share with us, when you keep a track of 5 days on your refrigerator using the food magnet method, how quickly would an allergy or disagreement to a particular food pop up or show up for you?
Well, it can take a while. It doesn't happen right away, and depending on how much you eat, it can be very subtle. And then you kind of have to see it happen, and then I like this. If I have a suspicion of several foods, and then I'll stop eating those foods, and I'll eat one of them and see if it happens, and then I'll go to another one. And I got to do that off and on before I get a lot of confidence that that's the problem. So at least for me, it can take quite a while to find it.
I see. It is so important to keep a note, or at least be aware of what foods you're eating, and try and eat more simpler foods rather than making really complicated recipes with many ingredients as you try this journey of identifying what foods may be good or not so good for you. Because the more complicated a recipe is, the harder it is to decipher what particular ingredients in that makeup of food was, so to say, the culprit for you. It may be fine for one person, but may disagree for you. A recent example of mine, actually, Anthony, and I had forgotten, I don't have very pronounced allergies, so to say, to shrimps, but I know I have sensitivities and I avoid it. How do I know that? Because I feel more inflamed, and I can just feel like I'm a bubble walking around, and literally. And so I was on a trip recently to Mexico where there's plenty of fresh food, seafood available. And I did nibble on some of the shrimp that was in the dish called ceviche. And, I had that. I was there for 5 days. And of those 5 days, 4 of the days I sampled little shrimps here and there. And I was wondering, why am I walking around and feeling like a pufferfish? Why? And then it dawned on me as I was thinking, okay, what have I been eating? Okay, I cheated. I had a few carbs with the tortillas, the corn tortillas. And could it be that? And then I was thinking back, and then it's like, oh my gosh, Naseema, you've been nibbling on shrimps. So that's where food magnets would come into play if I was at home. What are your recommendations for when you're traveling or out and about in keeping a registry of what you take?
Well, you don't have to do this every day. It's, if you were traveling, the paper would probably be better because it would be hard to bring it with you. This is more something at home. And actually...
Yeah. Oh, I hear that music. Do you like that type of music, Anthony?
Yeah, it's fine.
I love it. I'm partial to it. The artist is Lindsay Sterling. And we will be right back after this quick commercial break, and we will find out more from Anthony on food magnets and tips on keeping a log.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists, get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Sling bow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of sling bow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, LibertyOnCall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to LibertyOnCall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's LibertyOnCall.org.
Do you have dry hands or itchy, peeling skin? Are your cracked feet in need of a makeover for sandal season? Hi, my name is Diane Cook, the creator of B-Spa Hand and Foot Cream. B-Spa is all natural, 16% beeswax, marigold extract, and other essential oils and nutrients. B-Spa is great for exceptionally dry hands and feet, but B-Spa can be used anywhere on the body. I am sure you will see a difference overnight. B-Spa is the only cream you will ever need. The convenient 2.5-ounce size jar travels nicely and a little goes a long way. B-Spa hand and foot cream costs $29.99. Use promotion code 101 for free shipping. Order B-Spa hand and foot cream today at bspa.com. That's BEESPA.com. That's BEESPA.com.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and negative articles can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? ReputationDefender.com can help protect your good name. Get a free consultation now. Call 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from ReputationDefender.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com today.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers. A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
My computer is so slow, it's making me crazy.
I used to have that problem.
Did you quit using the computer, or did you buy a new one?
No, I called Geeks on Site. They made an appointment to visit my home and showed up the same day.
You mean they didn't ask you to bring your computer to a shop? That's what happened when I called a support company.
Geeks on Site can go to your home or business or even repair your computer online. They have 24/7 emergency service.
If you are having problems with your PC or Mac, call Geeks on Site. 1-800-591-1682. Our friendly certified computer repair experts are available 24/7. Call now for a free diagnosis. 1-800-591-1682. Data recovery, virus removal, and maintenance for all laptops, desktops, printers, and networks. That's Geeks on Site for friendly certified computer repair experts available 24/7 over the phone or in your home or business. Just call 1-800-591-1682. That's 1-800-591-1682. 1-800-591-1682.
To the Naseema Omer Show. Thank you, Anthony, for being on the show and sharing your idea on food magnets with all our audience here. Anthony, you touched on, I gave an example on how these shrimps kind of gave me an allergic reaction pretty much right away. And some people who have really deadly allergies to shrimp and stuff like that really need to seek out the emergency room because they can go into an anaphylactic shock. So you have to decipher levels of reactions that you experience. And then you were saying that sometimes the the reaction to the action of ingesting a food may not pop up very quickly. So what are your tips, Anthony, on keeping this diary, so to say, on the refrigerator with the food magnets, what additional tips can you think of that you found? Now, do you log how much water you drink as well?
You can do anything you want. You can customize it to anything you want. What I like to do is, at the start of the day, put a grade like from A to F, how I feel. Mm-hmm. And if that changes, I put the other grade. And usually if there's a problem with a food, after several days, if you eat it every day, you'll see a change in that grade after a while after you eat that food. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But to complicate, like when I would eat peanut butter, I'd have to eat it for 3 days straight before I would start to get any kind of reaction. So it can be very difficult to find a subtle food. I mean, something like I had a friend that he would eat a little shrimp and he couldn't breathe and he'd have to go to the hospital. I mean, that's pretty easy to find because it happens so fast, but a subtle allergy, it's much more difficult. And then I have a friend, she has 15 food allergies.
Oh, my.
That must have taken her years to figure out all those food allergies. My God.
But, isn't she happier that she knows what these things are and so she can avoid them and feel better?
Oh, yes. I mean, God, this girl was just miserable for years until she had it all figured out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, I mean, I like to put, you can put I like to weigh myself in the morning, and I put that at the top, and then if I go exercise, I'll put I did exercise. And the whole idea, it's kind of like in a car, you have a speedometer, and then you have the heat gauge, and then the battery gauge. And this is kind of like your gauges in a car, that when you eat something, it tells you, if you feel good. I mean, maybe you eat too much of a certain food or something, and you eat too much sugar or something, and you'll start to see patterns, how you feel. Mm-hmm.
You bring up a very, very good point as well, along with all the other good points. One is sleep patterns. How does the taking of a particular type of food, for example, impact your food pattern? I mean, your sleep patterns. Like, one thing you touched on here, Anthony, you mentioned sugar. And I know I try to avoid sugar, but I'm still working on avoiding all sugar completely because I love chocolates. Even if I have dark chocolate, eventually that is a bit too sweet for me because I can't have just one piece. I kind of go nutty. I kind of go nutty. Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So what I feel is then I can feel just in the little joints on my fingers, my little knuckles will feel a little achy, and it's not arthritis. It's this inflammation. I have concluded, in my opinion, that it's the inflammation caused by my body from ingesting too much sugar. And it doesn't have to be sugar that particular day. It could have been sugar that's accumulated over the last few days. So very important. And I've noticed sleep patterns are also impacted by food. We all know caffeine does impact most people with keeping them awake and having a less of a restful sleep. I know, Anthony, you eat pretty clean. Even before you started keeping this food magnet, you were eating very, very clean. In addition to that, what have you personally found as far as pulling you down as far as energy levels in food?
Well, at first when I started keeping these food magnets, I couldn't believe how many different things I ate in a day. It was just, I would just, wouldn't think when I'd eat, I'd just grab something and eat it. But as I kept the food magnets, I started thinking every time I ate, is this? It gets you to think when you put that little magnet up there. Is this going to make me feel better?
Mm-hmm.
And so I started actually eating different things in a day, and I started getting more discipline. It just gets you thinking every time you eat, instead of just grabbing something and eat it. Now you think about it.
Yeah.
I like to do it every day now. It just kind of disciplines me and gets me to eat to make me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm eating, to make me feel better now.
And nutrify your body, give it the necessary fuel to do what you must, and to allow the body to function optimally and in the most efficient way. You mentioned you note on there on a daily basis how you feel by alphabetizing your magnets from A to F. Do you, in between the day, if you think about it, kind of go back and say, okay, I was an A in the morning, but now I'm feeling like a D or an E. Do you kind of monitor that a little bit closer?
Oh, yes. And I'm finding I'm still kind of working on myself, but I found that I've gotten more energy in the daytime because I kind of avoided doing some of the things that kind of made me feel tired in the middle of the day.
I love this idea because, it opens up a whole world. Like you said, you can customize these. So for me, weight is a challenge. Maintenance of weight is a challenge. And I could easily put down a sum of my total amount of calories, if that's what a person wants to track, in a day on my 5-day or 7-day view. And, it's so nice to have that visual. Because I know me, for one, I walk by my kitchen many, many times, or wherever your most common places where you would put the magnet, put it in a place where you will see it. So it then also becomes a virtual reminder of what you can and can't eat if you've indicated a pattern there and know what to avoid. And I don't know. Anthony, do you believe in visual affirmations?
Oh, yes. I mean, I wasn't aware of really what I was eating before, and now it's like, oh, yeah, that's exact. I know just what I eat every day, and if I eat something new, I kind of watch it and see how I feel and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Share one of your favorite recipe of chicken or something. How do you typically make your chicken?
Oh, I'm not a good cook. I get a cooked chicken.
Yeah.
I get a cooked chicken. I eat the meat, and then from Ben, I always make the chicken bone soup afterwards.
Oh my gosh, I love that stuff. Bone soup is the best. And if you're
I love to sip it like a tea,
Yep. I want to let our audience know, if you want to know what is bone soup and would like the recipe of bone soup, send me a note or leave me a voice message. You can call me at 877-279-9422. Leave me your name, email address, or your phone number, and I will get back to you and send that recipe from pharmacist Ben Fuchs on the bone soup that Anthony's just describing. It is amazing, and it is so good for you. And you can make it with any bones. It doesn't have to necessarily be chicken.
Just get an organic chicken.
Mm-hmm. Organic chickens, absolutely. With the key ingredients being a lemon juice or a good vinegar in there, essentially. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One thing I wanted to say, another good trick I found if you're looking for a food allergy, especially if you have a couple, and probably everybody has a couple food allergies. I mean, people tell me they don't have food allergies, and I say, well, you don't have food allergies because you don't know what foods you have allergies to.
Are sensitive. That's a very good point. Our body's amazing. It defends itself in the best way it knows how to avoid the culprit food taken in to cause harm to your body up to a certain threshold or point. And so, you may not realize it. You're absolutely correct, Anthony. You may not realize it till you actually pay attention. So what do you tell people like those?
Well, what I like to do, you'll suspect like 2 or 3 things. It's like a detective story, and then you'll even start changing, and what I like to do is take each one of those foods I'm suspected to and have a page for like each food, and then make a log of any reactions I have to that food. And after you start making a log, you'll start seeing the history of how you have reacted to that food, and it'll start giving you a clear picture of if you have a food allergy to it, and confidence that you have a food allergy to it.
Go ahead. Yeah, I was going to say, Anthony, the method you've described is so accurate because you know your body the best. So you may invest and spend money in a scratch test, a skin test, etc., but they are looking for more severe allergies and may not pick up on the subtle allergies that impact the body. And I hear that music, so we'll be right back.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Do you or someone you know suffer from chest pain, blood pressure, cholesterol, or irregular heartbeat? Are you looking for a more natural solution to overcome these health challenges? You hear the ads all the time. If this stuff's so good, why doesn't my doctor prescribe it? That's easy. There's more money in treating symptoms. Extendivite Heart Tonic does want you to be as healthy as you can be, and it really works. Take Extendivite for 6 months and your doctor will say, I don't know what you're doing, but don't stop. It's working for you. Get the dependability of Extendivite. Just see how you feel in 6 months. A 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid is only $69.95 plus shipping and handling. Call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822. Or visit heartdrop.com.
Expand your life with Expandovite.
All right, listen up, because this is the most important thing you're going to hear all day. What if I said you could make money flipping houses without any cash, credit, or manual labor? And what if I said you could do it part-time from the comfort of your home? Sound unflippin' believable? Hi, I'm Preston Neely, and I'm going to prove it by sending you a free copy of my smash hit selling book, How to Get Rich in Real Estate. It sells online for $19.95, but I'm giving away free copies this week. To get one before they're gone, call 1-800-959-9582. I used to be so broke. I had my electricity shut off 9 times, but I figured out a simple way to make money flipping houses without even breaking a sweat. Now I'm living the good life, and so should you. Listen, if you're sick and tired of stressing about money, this book could change your life. Hands down, it's the fastest, easiest way to get started in real estate. Let me prove it. Call right now to find out how to get your free book. When they're gone, they're gone. Call 1-800-959-9582. 1-800-959-9582.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop. You save. Get full details in the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas, is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Welcome back, and thank you for listening and hopefully enjoying tremendously listening to the Naseema Omer Show and the very many various interviews and topics that I like to provide and cover. Today, I'm talking to Anthony Corey from Austin, Texas, on all about food magnets, an idea that he came up with, a brilliant idea, an easy-to-do idea for anybody on tracking the foods they take, recognizing patterns, and therefore identifying foods that you may be allergic to. Anthony, just before we went on break, we were kind of talking about different ways of picking up, and I kind of mentioned that even if a person goes and has skin tests and stuff, that may come into play and be very, very important if they have severe allergies. But like you mentioned something, a person may not even realize they have sensitivities to certain foods unless they start keeping this diary. We are in our last segment of the show, Anthony. Please do share anything else you would like to over here.
Well, I went to a specialist skin doctor with my peanut butter allergy, and he was useless. He just gave me a cortisone cream and charged me, whatever. And I think your body is much better than some test in some laboratory.
I agree.
I mean, how do you know the test is going to work on something that's like peanut butter? It takes you 3 days to eat it before you start seeing any redness on your skin. How's a food test going to tell you that? Right.
I agree. Couldn't agree with you more. And particularly where people have sensitivities to where it impacts sinuses or breathing or lung or respiratory things. It's not something that needs to be taken lightly. Listen to your body. Essentially, aren't we fine-tuning and listening harder to our body, really, by keeping a food magnet diary or any diary? And that is so important.
Yeah, it's like looking at the speedometer on your car,
Yeah.
Try driving without the speedometer and try staying within the speed limit.
Oh, my gosh, that would be hard. That would be really, really hard.
And look how sick people are with all these modern weird. I mean, go into some little convenience store and just look at all the garbage stuff that's out there. I mean, and at least if you can eat the garbage, if you keep a food diary, at the end of the day, you're going to have to look at all the garbage.
Yes. Yes, you're right. Awareness. It brings awareness, really, to what are we putting in these sacred bodies of ours that have to carry us for a long, long time and function efficiently, because it is no fun being sick or feeling sick.
It's like a war zone out there with the food that you eat. I mean, it's all these weird foods.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, best to eat organic when you can. Avoid the pesticides. So even if you're not examining or analyzing nutritional value or content of the food, avoid ingesting any additional pesticides, as we are exposed to a bunch of stuff that is airborne, that we feel that we have no control over, or may not have as much control over. But we can control what we stick into our mouths as our nutrition.
And you have to listen to Ben Fuchs, too, to figure out he'll straighten you out on what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat. Because most people are just so ignorant about what food has effect on their body. I mean, so many sick people. I mean, now it's like people in their 20s are like getting these horrible diseases now, and it's just because of the type of food they eat. That's what's doing it.
Yeah. It's, sometimes the obvious is there, and it's just so hard to see. And do tune in and listen to pharmacist Ben Fuchs. He's a registered pharmacist, a nutritional pharmacist, on his show called The Bright Side. And thank you for tuning into the Naseema Omer Show. Thank you so much, Anthony, for being with us and giving all this information to us. Everybody have a happy, happy weekend.
Are you sneezing, coughing, and aching? Do you have a sore throat, a fever, or the sniffles? There's no reason to be sick this cold and flu season with immune system support from Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver can give your body the help it needs to fight off harmful pathogens without hurting beneficial gut flora and without leaving behind resistant bacteria. Antibiotics can damage good microflora and often leave behind bacteria, which can cause problems later on. If you're sick of being sick, try Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver, the #1 choice of thousands for a safe and effective way to protect against the many diseases and illnesses that we are facing today. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, read our customer reviews, and see the life-changing results that people are having. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. Use the promo code PROTECTED for 20% off your entire order. And like us on Facebook. Supernatural Silver.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
Would you like to receive $250 to $1,000 cash per day? Go to richmoneyrich.com. No website, no selling, no explaining. Just take these simple 2 steps and go to richmoneyrich.com. You can be generating cash in the next 24 hours simply using this system. Good news is, it runs on 100% autopilot, and you don't need any experience to get started. It's easy. Get your share of easy riches and go to richmoneyrich.com. That's richmoneyrich.com. Go now. Brought to you by the Conservative Investor. Current returns not indicative of future results.